Firstly, are you okay? I hope so. It's been a little while since I've been here reviewing a game, but I'm back, and I brought with me We Love Katamari Reroll plus Royal Reverie. Hell. The Katamari series of games is one of those series that seems to have been knocking around for quite a while now, and after a quick look online, it has. It released nearly 20 years ago on the PS2, and it's since been a bit of a cult classic. And it's also a series that I've actually not played that much of. So fair warning then that this review is very much the opinion of a newcomer, not an avid fan of the series. If you're unfamiliar with Katamari, here's how it goes. The king does a bad and ends up destroying all the stars, and instead of up the problem himself, he sends his son, the prince, down to Earth to roll a sticky ball around to collect things that he can then throw into space to replace the missing stars. This may sound like it has some kind of profound meaning behind it, but I honestly don't think it does. It's just bizarre. But bizarre is good, especially when it doesn't feel forced, and this very much doesn't feel forced. It's natural surrealism, if there was ever such a thing. The best way to describe playing Katamari is a bit like playing a fever dream. I don't understand what's happening half the time, and it's slightly unsettling, but I'm having a hell of a fun time playing it. We Love Katamari Reroll plus Royal Reverie is a faithful remaster of the second game, We Love Katamari. This rerolled edition features updated graphics, better UI, and 5 additional challenges. Don't fret though, this isn't akin to the lifeless Unreal fan creations that pop up on the reg. It still very much looks like a Katamari game, in all its beautiful madness. It's just a little bit nicer. The gameplay, as far as I'm aware, remains exactly as it was in the original game. I mentioned sticky balls earlier, and that's pretty much the basis for the game. The game is centred around a two-dimensional hub where fans of the king ask for your assistance. Upon accepting a fan's task, you're dropped into one of the game's worlds, which are littered with objects and oddities. You roll your sticky ball, the titular Katamari, around these worlds, picking up smaller objects until you grow in size and can pick up larger objects. Rinse and repeat until you become the size of a literal mountain. It's a simple concept, and it's so bloody satisfying in practice. But it being simple doesn't mean it's easy. In the earlier stages of a level, you need to navigate around larger objects to find smaller ones, and when rolling against the clock, it can become quite tense. Fortunately, it errs on the side of being too easy rather than being too hard, but if you don't meet your objective in the level, then well, you'll know about it. Subtlety isn't a word that Katamari is aware of. While all the levels follow the principle of rolling, the game does a good job of avoiding becoming too repetitive by mixing things up a little bit. The fans usually have 2 tasks for you. The first is to get a certain size within a reasonable time limit, the other is to get to a certain size as quickly as possible. Other variations buck the trend slightly too. One of the levels has you racing around a track at silly speeds, another has you rolling around as a sumo wrestler who eats everything he touches, and one has your Katamari on fire, and you need to roll through things to keep fueling the fire before lighting a bonfire at the end of the time limit. The levels also contain hidden collectibles. There are presents which unlock cosmetics for your character, other princes which when rolled up become playable characters, and there are stickers which you need to take photos of using the in-game camera. Oh, and this version of the game has a selfie mode because why not? It's not all good though. Firstly, you want to change to the simple controls in the options menu, because the standard control scheme is abominable. It uses both control sticks to roll the ball and alternating up and down to turn, and honestly it's a crock of shit. So change that right away to make the game infinitely more enjoyable. And all you purists can shush. Also, because the right stick is tied to rotating the ball left and right, it means there's no way to tilt the camera up and down, and it makes it a bit of a pain in the arse to see where you're going, especially in tight areas of a level. The additional 5 challenges are also somewhat lacklustre. They're based on the original levels, and they're only marginally more challenging than the original tasks in the game. You can rinse them all in about 20-30 minutes. If, like me, you're new to the series, it's not so bad because it's all part of a wider experience. But if you're a fan champing at the bit for something new, you might find this a little bit disappointing. So there we have it. That was We Love Katamari Reroll plus Royal Reverie. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit janky, and it's aged a little bit even though it's a remaster. And the additional content isn't that great, but it's a hell of a lot of fun to play. It's the surreal nature of the game is what makes it so good, and the fact that it doesn't take itself too seriously. It means that it's more like a pure video game. There's no bullshit, it's just fun. If, like me, you've never played Katamari before, then this is the perfect way to get into the series. And I mean, even if you have played it before, I'm sure you'll enjoy going back and rolling again for one more time. Thank you for watching, and if you did enjoy this, please leave a comment below, give it a like and share it on the socials. Also subscribe to the channel, all of that stuff really does help. And until next time, goodbye.